2010 Supercross Lights East got underway. Kawasaki's Christophe Pourcel leads a hungry field into the Georgia Dome in Atlanta for round number 2. Downtown Atlanta, if you ever get a chance to come here, you got to see the aquarium. Absolutely spectacular. And speaking of spectacular, just a week ago in Indianapolis, Christophe Pourcel in the Supercross Lights East debut race for 2010 on that Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki #1 put on a clinic, Jeff.
Well, there's no doubt that he showed why he's got that #1 plate. Just his technique and his style, he was confident all the way through.
He took the opening win, and of course with that, he takes the points lead as we head here to Atlanta for round number 2 with Austin Stroupe and Justin Barcia giving chase. So let's talk about the guys that are chasing him. Stroupe and Barcia and some other really young guys. Anybody got anything for him?
I definitely think that the rookie, Justin Barcia, does. The real heartbreak last week was Ryan Sipes, a veteran of this class. He tried hard all night. He was so close to making the podium. He's been fast again today. You know, there's all 4 of the new rookies that are in. You know, they want that top spot, but I don't think that Christophe Pourcel is going to give it up too easy.
Well, let's introduce you to some of these young rookies who are giving Pourcel such a chase here in this class. There you see Justin Barcia. He came in with a 3rd. Dean Wilson with a 6th. Kyle Regal a 7th. Blake Baggett just outside that top 10, but worthy of mention with an 11th. He was right there. So we had a chance to get caught up with some of these riders earlier today to see how they're feeling about their debut in the class.
Yeah, you know, what I learned last week was, you know, to be smart and don't take yourself out of the first race because, you know, I was very nervous in practice, but, you know, once you get on the gate, your mind changes 100%, and, you know, I was very nervous, and I didn't even think I was going to do good, but once I got on the gate and the gate dropped, my mind changed, and, you know, I turned into a racer, and, you know, I definitely this weekend, I know you have to get good starts and to be up front, and so I'm definitely shooting for hole shots all weekend, and, you know, just going out there and charge and never giving up also, because I didn't give up, and, you know, that got me a podium, so that was key.
You know, it was all new to me. I went in there not knowing what to expect, and I didn't even really set a goal because I didn't know. I mean, I'd never raced these guys, so I went in there and I pulled a 6th. It wasn't really what I was looking for, but this week I worked a lot during the week, and I think it's going to be a lot better. I feel good in practice, so it's going good.
I learned a lot, a couple of little things, a couple of big things. It's mainly just getting the jitters out, really. I rode really tight. I had a little malfunction, but we fixed it for this weekend, and hopefully I can better the 7th place.
I know some of those guys look pretty young, but Jeff, they sure ride like seasoned veterans.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, you know, these rookies, they come in and they're amateurs and they're like babies right now, but by the end of the Supercross season, they get 8 races under their belt. One of them could be a champion, you know, and so I love the enthusiasm. They're just fearless at this age and at this stage, and they're exciting, and, you know, sometimes they make mistakes and it's okay, but, you know, these guys, this is a really special group. These kids have a lot of talent between those 4 riders.
And Aaron, one of those young riders that really is showing a lot of potential is Kyle Regal.
That's right. The number 41 of Kyle Regal made his Supercross Lights debut last weekend in Indy, finished up 7th place. He said he was happy with his performance, but he expects to get better and better each and every week. He did mention, however, on lap 4, he had a pant malfunction. His pants started to fall down, and he had to reach back for the remainder of the race, keep pulling them up. He said he wasn't able to ride to his optimal ability. His pants are fixed. He said he's got those first race jitters out of the way. He made a couple of bike modifications. There's going to be no distractions here tonight.
All right, Aaron, all kinds of things can hold you up when it comes to Supercross racing. Here's what we got for you tonight. Of course, 2 heats in each class, and those top 9 always transfer straight to the main. The rest of them have to work their way through the last chance qualifier. 20 riders in each class in the main events tonight. 15 laps for the lights riders, 20 laps for the Supercross class. You'll see it all here on Speed tonight. Well, we've been blowing up all kinds of pyro here in the opening ceremonies, but earlier today we were blowing up the pit party and having a big time here inside the Georgia Dome. If you come to a Supercross, make sure you come early and take in all the action at the pit party. Stay with us. Supercross Lights, Heat 1, right around the corner. So look at the fountains down Centennial Olympic Park. And he's not an Olympic champion, but he sure has won a lot of other titles. Ricky Carmichael out entertaining the crowd, and joining us in the booth here tonight is another champion as well, the reigning champ, James Stewart, here with us. Glad to have you with us again.
Glad to be back. Glad to be back. We're here in the Georgia Dome. Feels good to be here.
You feel pretty good about this building? This is a good one for you?
Yeah, I've always had some pretty good luck racing against this guy right here, so I'm always happy to be back on the East Coast.
All right, as we get set to get racing, we'll hear a lot from James as we get into our heat races tonight. But before we begin the heats, let's check in for Progressive pre-race report with Aaron.
The number 577 of Martin Davalos was disqualified from racing tonight due to an on-track altercation earlier in first practice with the number 17 of Justin Barcia. Apparently, Martin ended up saying that Justin was getting in the way during his laps, distracting his time. Justin tried to avoid any kind of confrontation. Martin rode him off into the mechanics area, started yelling and pushing, a little bit of shoving taking place. Justin tried to go back to the pits, but apparently Martin wanted to be persistent with the confrontation back there. The drama continues, which means he's going to have front row seats tonight in the bleachers watching the race that he should have been racing in.
Jeff, a weird development there because usually Martin, pretty calm guy.
Yeah, and you know, you got to think that there was something that really upset him, but the fact that he lost his cool and kept escalating it, you know, some of the facts are unclear about it, but the one fact that is very clear is that the AMA DQ'd him and he will not be on the line. It's going to be devastating for the championship.
Supercross Lights East, heat number 1. There you see Justin Barcia. He's in this one, as is Austin Stroupe. James, how impressed were you with some of these young riders at the opener for the East a week ago in Indy?
Well, today was awesome. I thought Justin rode awesome. I thought Austin did too. So it's going to be tough. Pourcel's been riding really good, but I think they can get a great start on this heat race and see what it is. But it's always exciting when the first heat race comes out. Always.
Jeff, where's the preferred line headed down about 70, 80 yards from one end zone to the other here at the Georgia Dome?
Yeah, we'll see. That's the thing, Ralph, is it's pretty even all the way in. Of course, if you have the line, you kind of want to be right in this area, but I'm telling you, it's really a fair start.
Here we go, heat number 1.
It's like a pro circuit of Dean Wilson.
Yeah, Pro Circuit, Kawasaki, the Monster Energy guys out front. Dean Wilson did get the whole shot. And he's got Austin Stroupe coming right after him. See that Rockstar Makita Suzuki, number 45, taking the lead.
Now here comes the quad. Austin Stroupe goes to, he blocks the line. No, Wilson still goes for it.
Anyway.
Wow, that's a very bold move, Jeff.
80 feet, quad jump here.
First time the heat race.
And look at that, Stroupe takes it right back.
Top 9 will transfer. Those will be the riders highlighted in green across the top of your screen over the Dragon's back.
Well, like you see, as this track is all new, you see all of the the Bobcat and all the dozer marks. They've smoothed it all out. So right now, there's a...
Barcia gets inside on Wilson. Pretty aggressive move, James.
Hey, it's the first heat race, man. We're just trying to warm up.
Wow, what a move from Justin Barcia. So for Wilson, he had the whole shot. Barcia.
Barcia has trouble just a couple of corners later.
Look who's
here comes Wilson back on the inside of him, and he can't get the pass made.
And he tried to stay away from Barcia right there.
Goes another one.
What did I just tell y'all? Karma. These guys are all over the place, trying to make it straight out the heat race.
A lot of riders involved in that, including Josh Lichtel on that 806.
Futrell in there. These guys had to start the qualifying position in a lap and a half between Barcia, Wilson, Futrell, all these other riders. They just gave it up. But the rider that is really taking control of this heat race is the Lights veteran, of course, Austin Stroupe.
Start to do that for it. They look like they put a lot of water down in this red clay, so it looks a little slippery. So when those guys bundled up in those corners, just kind of washed out. But this guy right here, he was riding good in practice, and he was on it.
And Stroupe was actually, sorry, Ralph.
Here comes the second place rider, number 41. There's Kyle Regal. Aaron was talking about him earlier.
He kind of shocked me last weekend. He kind of came out of the middle of nowhere, especially when you get on the East Coast. You see some of these guys that you don't normally see came out of the middle of nowhere.
Regal had his problems at the start of this one, though, Jeff. Let's take a look at it. Watch the 41.
Yeah, watch here as he goes for the quad. Oh, he's going to be short.
Ooh, thank God he's tall.
And that's on the second lap there.
Jeff, that's part of what you were talking about, the fearlessness of some of these younger riders.
They just go for it, you know, and that obstacle for the lights bikes compared to the Supercross bikes that have the 450cc four strokes, these are 250cc four strokes. That's 80 feet. If you got to hit those obstacles absolutely perfect, and the problem is that out of that turn, it's a little bit slippery, like James was saying. The track isn't quite worn in yet.
Barcia's up to third. Wilson is bounced back to fourth, so that's a transfer spot, James.
Yeah, he's in a transfer spot, but it's amazing how hole shot, and now he's back and forth after getting taken out by Justin and trying to hang up. So, I mean, Justin's not having, he's in third place right now, but probably wanted to be doing a little bit better.
Here's a fight. This one's for fifth.
I love these battles like that. Love them.
Dutrell, Freeze, and Cunningham all in here.
And you remember LCQ last week in Indy, it was Cunningham who came in aggressive, might we say, on Freeze, and they both ended up getting locked up together. So we got that magnetic thing going on right now.
It's gonna dot to the
there it
inside
is.
right here.
Pass and a change. Here we see Cunningham coming all the way up. And again, a reminder, those green lights on the names tell you those riders in the transfer position.
They need to be careful because obviously the main goal is to make it to the main event. They can do whatever they want to do there, so they need to just clear out. They're in a good position.
And these corners here, these 180s, see how flat this turn is? It doesn't have that real steep bull turn, so you can actually use the inside. Here they go, they're at it once again, and Freeze takes the spot. That's
But coming right back, Jeff, look at that. There's Cunningham, and then Freeze again. And then Cunningham.
And this is just heat number one, guys. Okay, we still have, Cunningham.
And Martin has gotten in there on the number 50 in red. He's mixing it up as we're on the final lap, but Stroupe's still out front.
This is a derby, man. These guys are taking each other out. It's awesome.
Well, and as you said, James, all these guys are in transfer positions right now, so nobody really wants to do anything stupid on the last lap.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't think they care. I don't think they care. It's gate position, so, I mean, it means something, but I wouldn't really go in there and try to take a guy out and try to qualify, you know, when you're already in there. But this guy right here doesn't need any problems.
56.2, his quickest lap, Jeff. You think it'll hold?
I don't think so, because typically as the first heat works the track in, some of the ruts start to carve in, James, the track gets a little bit quicker for the next heat.
Yeah, definitely.
Checkered flag. Austin Stroupe, the winner of heat number one. Here comes the rest of the pack. And that battle for fifth. Regal and Barcia across the line.
I mean, Austin rode good, but the race, my reward goes to these guys back here. These guys are hucking things, going for it. They're going to qualify. All of them's going to qualify.
Wilson's in.
He thought about it.
Didn't he? He sure did. Cunningham, Freeze, Martin, Futrell, they're all going. And Lemoyne will take the last spot straight to the main. There's your winner, Austin Stroupe.
You know the best part about that heat race? These guys were stuffing each other in the back, and the guy came around and gave him a thumbs up. That's great racing.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't take each other out. They definitely did some block passing.
They'll go back, make their adjustments, get ready for the main. We'll get ready for another heat.
I got to change some plastics after that one.
No doubt they have to wipe some of the rubber marks off the swing arms.
There's some green on some blue on some green, so.
All the good stuff. And these fans here in the Georgia Dome enjoying all the action as we're just getting our night underway here in Atlanta. Good look inside this huge building, and it is full of fans all the way to the top of the rafters tonight.
70,000, close to 70,000 here, amazing.
There's Austin Stroupe, and Aaron's right with us.
Austin Stroupe started the season off on the right foot last weekend, taking home second place. Started your night off on the right foot again, taking home this heat win race. What is it going to take? What's the key to success on this track tonight, Austin?
It's good. I just got a good start. Just want to thank my team, Rockstar, Miki Suzuki. It's going to be a tough track tonight, but I want to thank my family. Sorry, I couldn't really hear you, but it's just my mechanic, my team, my mom and dad, Scott USA, you know, thanks a lot.
Congratulations on your heat race win.
He'll try to catch his breath while we get ready for heat number 2. Final word being given from the mechanics. We'll be back to drop the gate right after this.
Sunday.
9 to transfer straight to the main event. Heat 2 for the Supercross lights. Here are the 9 riders that came out of heat number 1. Matt Lemoyne got the last straight ticket. Michael Willard is going to have to work his way through the last chance qualifier. And Jeff, in this one, we're going to see Christophe Pourcel. This is going to be our opportunity to see how the reigning champ performs here in Atlanta.
He looked pretty good in practice. This, you know, he is just so programmed, confident, talented, doesn't let the pressure or any of the excitement affect him. He just goes out and does his job. Pretty awesome.
Well, there's a young rider by the names of James Dakotas. There you see him on the 613, the red Honda. He sure was impressive a week ago, James.
Yeah, no, he rode really good. You know, Jeff called that last week, and I didn't know who he was, and then he popped up into the lead in the heat race. So let's see if he can do the same thing tonight.
And it had to be pretty exciting for him in his opening round of Supercross. You know, he comes from Massachusetts, which is typically a sand area, not a lot of clay, and you wouldn't think a lot of Supercross style tracks, but this kid really got some talent for it.
Here we go with heat 2. Pourcel beats everybody to the corner, and once again, it's a Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki leading the heat, and riders scattering behind him all over the racetrack.
Boy, no doubt about that. Look how tight this is. Even Pourcel, you see the 24 of Metcalfe getting through there. He had a really hard get off in the final practice. It's good to see him on the Geico Power Sports Honda and out riding this heat race, because it looked pretty painful when he went down.
You see Pourcel's lead after he pulled the whole shot and got through it looked good. Those set of whoops. Got like a 1.5 second lead. This guy doesn't want to let his sponsors go. He has a banner hanging with him.
Do anything to keep those sponsors alive these days, won't you?
Yeah.
And there's Metcalfe working his way into third, and that's the section right there where he just went down, so he makes it cleanly this time, and he actually went down with another rider.
That's Metcalfe on the number 24 Geico Power Sports Honda. Just in front of him, Moss on that yellow Suzuki.
Sometimes it's almost good when you kind of go down and practice and not get hurt, but it almost kind of takes the pressure off you. You know, everybody wants you to go out there and just have a good time as he makes the pass right there. So see what Brett got tonight. Over jump.
Metcalfe up to second now, and sliding on the inside comes the number 46 machine. So this is quickly going to become a bigger battle as Ryan Sipes joins the fight.
See if Sipes can square him up right here. No, they're both going to. Oh,
he's pulling the trigger.
If you do not have the drive for the quad, you cannot pull the trigger.
That's Adam Chatfield on the green Kawasaki, number 69.
Working his way past Moss. A couple of the Australian riders with Metcalfe and Moss. But I tell you, the Kentucky boy here, Sipes, was really impressive. This is the best I've ever seen him ride. He's been in this lights division for a few years now, but there's no doubt that he's taking advantage of all of the experience that he has, but he just seems fired up. He seems healthy. He seems driven. You know, his mind seems focused. And like I said, I don't think I've ever seen Ryan Sipes ride as well as he is this year on this new Yamaha.
No, for sure. Last week he rode awesome. I mean, he should have had a third place, but that lapper got in the way. But I'll tell you one thing, paying the house bills will do that to you. It'll make you focus really quick.
Well, they give you time to think about, you know, the direction you're going in life, what you want to do here. Look at the teammates. Right here, Blake Baggett, one of the rookies that we showed you in the pre-show.
Yeah, he's up to 5th, and Jeff, he was 11th a week ago in the feature in the main event, so he's having a pretty good run, getting himself up into position to go run that main event, see if he can maybe move himself in the top 10.
You know he want to pass his teammates. He's got to be the top dog and come back to the truck.
Yeah, but the thing, the 11th place for Blake Baggett was, I think his potential is much greater than that. One thing, as I've been watching him here the last 2 weeks, is that his qualifying times haven't been what I expected. But now we see in this heat race, as you start to loosen up, you know, starting to get the feel of this and get comfortable, I am more than confident that you're going to see Baggett on the podium this year sometime.
Yeah, for sure. Jeff, is it me, or normally Atlanta is really sticky, kind of rough. It reminds me a lot of the West Coast races, kind of like Phoenix, kind of hard pack and slippery, and it just seems like the soil has changed over the last few years.
Well, I expected it to be soft and rutted, but the track workers have done a great job of getting the extra moisture out of the track. It's actually a little bit slippery in spots. They were putting down some water, and these rhythm sections have not rutted up nearly as much as I thought.
Well, if you're new to Supercross, Feld Motorsports, the company that puts on these great shows, actually owns the dirt, stores the dirt in town at every one of these cities that we travel to. So, James, you might have raced on this dirt for the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah, and that's Jeff raced on this dirt. You know, back when I was coming up as a kid, I just remember seeing this track and all the East Coast tracks and always seeing how rutted it was. And now, you know, it just seems like it's a lot more hard packed and stuff.
Yeah, well, as we watch the battle here between Chatfield and Kilbarger, it's really heating up for these two guys. Both of them are running Chatfield 7th, Kilbarger's in 8th. But I tell you, if you want to go back in the vault and find the 1996 Anaheim Supercross, it was the softest, most rutted. I mean, it was treacherous.
These two, by the way, are chasing Nico Izzi, who is up to 6, and everybody's chasing this guy. Christophe Pourcel on the final lap. James, he's probably moving up next year to the big bike class. You'll be battling Christophe. What do you think of him as a future combatant?
I think Christophe's fast. I really think he's fast. I remember seeing him, you know, last year and stuff, and even a couple years ago when he raced against Ryan Villopoto, and he's just smooth. It's hard. Even when he goes to the second practice and he rides around and he has that confidence of, I want to be a winner. And I think he's going to be tough. I think he's going to be up there with me, you know, Ryan Dungey, Villopoto, all these guys. It's going to be a threat when he moves up.
And the thing about Pourcel here, that even above and beyond his natural talent and his skill, is the way that he goes about it. He's so nonchalant, never talks about training or never talks about anything stress-related. He's just out there having fun.
Talks about the beach more than anything. He's going to talk about a win right now as he takes the win in heat number 2.
I see you, big boy.
You'll be seeing him soon, won't you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here's those riders that we talked about fighting their way to see if they, too, can get a transfer spot. Kilbarger's in, Chatfield's in, and so is James Dakotas.
Well, another spectacular, just perfect heat race for Christophe Pourcel. Confidence, just everything's working like it should. He was great out of the gate and rode the perfect heat.
And as you said, Jeff, it was quicker, a 56.098.
Just 0.2 of a second quicker than Stroupe in that first heat. But you know, the one thing is that Pourcel just gets out there and kind of does his own thing. He really didn't even have to ride any faster than that. So, yeah, he's dialed in again tonight here at the Georgia Dome, no doubt.
James, as you watch Pourcel, does he have any weakness? Anything he's going to have to work on before he gets to the big bikes?
Well, I mean, I think it's always in adjustment period and stuff like that. You know, it's different when you go from, you know, riding the lights and stuff to the big guys. It's a big difference.
Here are those 9 riders going on. Kyle Keelan will move to the last chance qualifier for a final shot at it.
Well, and you know what I take away from both of these heat races is just how open the turns are and how much block passing and through that first and second turn, that once we get to the main event, when it really counts for the points and the money, is that it could get really ugly if the favorites don't get to start.
Well, let's meet Christophe with Aaron.
Christophe Pourcel, 2 for 2 heat race wins. Christophe, another dominating heat race out there. You've only had a limited amount of time on the bike since your surgery. Is there more speed out of you to come?
Not really. I mean, I'm just trying to give my best, and I'm really happy about my Kawasaki Monster Pro Circuit for the start. And I'm pretty excited to try to get the all shot again and win the main event.
Congratulations on your heat race win.
So Christophe Pourcel moves on to the main event. You'll see that here on Speed. You'll also see the heat races for the Supercross class when we come back to the Peach State. The big bikes are in the gate. The high-flying Renegades of Supercross go bar to bar on speed. Don't miss Josh Hill, Ryan Dungey, and the world's greatest riders as they torch the track in Daytona. That's next Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, only on Speed. More great live Supercross racing coming your way here on Speed. Let's check in with Aaron.
Welcome back to Supercross Live on Speed. We have got some special guests in the booth, and here at Speed we are committed to bringing you insight from people like former champions. Take a look at this list of all the championships that have been won from the gentlemen up in the booth. But it appears that one person has been missing. Ralph, you got any idea who that one might be?
Wow, I cannot believe she just threw me that far under the bus like that.
I didn't see your picture there.
That is absolutely brutal.
You gotta step your
Well,
between the three of us.
The four of us, yeah. Well,
We
James,
have-
You know
was
what?
there too, so we had quite a few, over 20.
You know what though? Something
We
happened
have
here.
8 championships between the four of us. We have 8 championships.
Something did happen though here as we take a look at opening ceremonies. Watch this guy. Speaking of a number 4,
Man, look at that.
how'd that feel?
That was fun. Gear's looking good for sure. I just love coming out for open ceremonies. The fans here, it was great. They still liked me a little bit, and, so I was happy to see that, and just fun to come out. This was my home race, so it was really cool, and glad I could do it.
And we actually had a pretty good whip out of you too.
Absolutely.
We were kind of wondering whether
They
or not
called
you
it
could still do that.
pancakes back in my day.
Hey, but you know what I noticed, Ralph, is when he jumped that quad, is he took off, took a look to make sure that he had the distance, then you whipped it. Back in the days, you would have had that drain plug showing before you even took off. Okay, so I still got respect. We got love for you, Ricky, and it's awesome to have you here for the LCQs.
Here we go, the last chance qualifier for lights. Remember, just 2 riders are going to transfer out of this, and Michael Willard takes the best shot by getting the whole shot.
Well, you know, that's what you have to do here tonight in the Georgia Dome, because once you get in through turn 1's a little left and then that right, a couple of guys catch the tough blocks, and it's really tough for everybody behind. In the main events and this LCQ, place to be off the start is up front.
Absolutely, and you don't have very many laps, and there are some good guys in this LCQ, and some good young talent out there, and like to see it.
Keelan is in second.
Might notice 4th place there, Justin Stroupe, the younger brother of Ryan Stroupe, who we already seen go through. He's on that DNA Shred Sticks Yamaha.
Keelan from Florida, his dad a former professional racer, a little bit before Jeff's time, and a little before your time as well, Ralph.
Yeah, well, what do you say?
Hey, you know, I got to correct myself. That's the Moto Concept. I'm sorry about that.
But it is the DNA Shred Sticks Yamaha team that's out. Let's show you some of the other guys that are having a little bit of an issue as this one got underway.
Watch the start here as you come through. See the 3rd rider there on the Honda. He collected a tough block, and then everyone just faded to the left there.
Not where you want to be in the last chance ball.
Well, and that's showing us exactly when it comes main event time, you have got to nail the start here, or you could really put yourself at a big deficit.
That could have happened to Ryan Villapoto last weekend, but it didn't, and he went on to win.
That was Hussey and Smith involved in that on the 675 and the 87. You take a look back up front with Willard on the 92.
Willard putting in a good ride. And in the 130 at Keelan here, they got it pretty much sealed up right now. So
Ricky,
they can keep it straight.
We've seen so many of these guys getting into the tough blocks tonight. It seems like more than normal. The track conditions as slippery as it seems to appear from up here.
Yeah, it is. When I took my sight lap there, parade lap, it definitely is slippery for this track. I don't know if they've had the dirt in here for a while, but normally this place would get so ruddy and so tacky that traction definitely isn't a problem.
Yeah, and as you see Keelan coming through here, this is your typical Supercross bowl turn to 180. And what we've talked about so much tonight is before the whoops, the one in between the whoops, and the one after the quad is they're just flat, and it's really loose. It's just really difficult to get the bike turned around. See, here's a typical bowl turn. Go in there, pitch the thing into the line, and hammer the throttle. And on those flat turns, you can't do that.
absolutely. I mean, traction control is huge, and this is where a good handling bike will show up in slow turns when you really need that thing to turn good.
And here's exactly where we're talking about. See how wide Keelan goes way out there, hits the tough blocks. Let's see if he does that again. See, he's going way wide, just trying to find something to bank off of. And where we saw Kevin Windham excel in that Supercross heat was being able to carve the inside line.
And that's what you call talent.
Like right here.
That's what you call talent right there, and a good handling bike. Willard's doing it just right. A lot of guys, they go to the outside searching for that bank because they can't turn good on the inside.
Yeah, they're searching for a line, something to bank off of, a little grip, a little edge or something. And as of right now, it's just not there.
Coming to the checkered flag. Willard is going to the main event. And the final spot will go to Keelan as we wrap up the lights LCQ. And as we talk about traction control here, Jeff, it's all about the rider and that wrist.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. It's going to be off the start, and both these riders here are in the main event here in the Georgia Dome, high-fiving each other, but little brother, Justin Sipes, didn't make it.
Just missed out. We'll be right back, and you won't miss anything. LCQ for Supercross next. Justin Barcia, this youngster quickly turning into a rock star in this series of the Supercross Lights East Coast. And he's also a part of our VIP Pit Pass.
Justin Barcia, number 17, Geico Power Sports, Honda. Blondes or brunettes, I would choose both because, you know, they're both beautiful and, you know, all girls are great. Tattoos or no tattoos, I would say no tattoos. If I get a tattoo, I'm gonna come home with a black eye from my mom, so no good. Comedy or horror, I'd say horror. I like scary movies. I like scary movies because I'm not a little girl. You know, if I didn't race Supercross, I would say my dream job would be to be a pro bass fisherman for sure. I love fishing. I'm Justin Barcia, and that was your VIP Pit Pass.
Back inside the dome and ready to go, and everybody's chasing Christophe Pourcel. Now, you guys said you got to get a little physical on him. So, RC, does that mean you got to pull a little Emick fade?
Yeah, you got to definitely. He was famous for it. I had to use it every once in a while. So if you got to fade the bike over a little bit down the straightaway, hey, might have to do it.
Well, how would you do that, Jeff?
Well, mainly, let's take a look at the up close here first, Ralph.
See how he wants to change the subject now.
I'll tell you after the up close. Let's do this.
All right, Stroupe and Pourcel. Those were the two winners of the heat races. And as you see, we work our way down through the field here. As we get ready for the main event and the riders are in the gate, here's that long shot. Now show me, Jeff, with our telestrator, how would you fade?
Well, typically I would start on the inside and then kind of fade it out here and block everybody out. And what Ricky's talking about he should do is that. Hey, the start was my spot, but I did get a little crazy sometimes over the triple. I made some mistakes. I'd fade over, and I think that's where Ricky's getting at. But, hey, you know, I was doing the best I could, okay?
I got you. Well, they're all going to try to do their best here, too, as they chase after Pourcel.
They're going to need to, because once again, I mean, this guy is as confident and dialed in as ever. The 17 here, Barcia, he wants it. So does Austin Stroupe. 46 there, Sipes.
Here we go, the main event from Atlanta. And the whole shot goes to Pourcel. Look at them all piling into the tough blocks.
Look at the tough blocks out there. Some riders off the track, but it's Dean Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson's right up there with him on the 108. And he looked good in his heat race, too. And Pourcel's back and forth.
And look at the Austin Stroupe passing Pourcel.
Oh, Pourcel gets into Barcia. Barcia loses 2 more spots. And Wilson's checking out.
So instead of getting pushed around, the reigning champ does a little pushing on the first lap, and that really set back Justin Barcia.
Well, now Pourcel's going to have to get going, Ricky.
Yeah, he is. It's a long race, and you know, he's a champion. He knows what it takes to be there. And no reason to panic yet. don't want to put yourself in that position. As we've seen in the last chance qualifier, anything can happen.
Well, and his teammate, Wilson, out front here, he's a lot of confidence. His lap time's been great. He's been really, the main event last week didn't go the way that he wanted, but very, very respectable.
See if we can figure out what happened here. Watch Pourcel.
Oh, he gets a little crazy there on the right-hander.
That goes back to what Jeff was saying, these flat turns, you know.
Then we see Barcia getting right up alongside of the one, and then boy, Pourcel came right back at him.
With little attitude there also. He really got the rear tire in him, but clear sailing for Wilson. And look at him just working around the flat start there.
Look who's already up to second.
This guy, man, he's really impressive. He's looking so much more comfortable this year than last year. And he was a champ last year. He just looks so much better. But we'll see if Stroupe can. I think right now, if Stroupe could hang on and learn and run his pace, I think that'd be a good step in the right direction.
Yeah, what did I tell you, Ralphie? Right there is Blake Baggett, one of our other rookies. He was 11th last week in the main. Like I said, I think he's starting to kind of, get the nerves out, and now we're seeing what this young rider can really do. He's one of the top amateurs last year. He's on a really strong team here.
The West this year was about a lot of veteran riders. So far the East, yeah, we've got the veterans of Stroupe and Pourcel, but these young rookies are really stealing a lot of the spotlight. Wilson's leading here tonight.
Yeah, we got a good group of rookies, without a doubt, and it definitely looks like Baggett is on par tonight. Look at here, look! Oh my!
Watch the inside. Let's see if he squirrels. Stroupe can't get the traction. Let's see if he can keep it down. Yes! Keeps the spot.
Tries to cut him off. Pourcel fighting on the outside.
Oh, he goes around the outside.
Everybody's searching for traction. Pourcel gets it.
That was a great pass by Pourcel on the outside. Very hard to do. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, he was counting on Stroupe to check up and try to keep to the inside, and he read it right. Just so patient, though. And look at the top of your screen there in the bolt turn. Who's knocking on the door? Another rookie, 17.
Justin Barcia. Baggett, who was up front, has had his issues now, and he's dropped almost outside the top 10.
Let's see. He's at the top of your screen. Oh, he washes it out in the final turn.
What a bummer for him.
And he was pushing hard, though. Look, think about it. He was running right with those guys, but clear sailing here for 108 of Wilson. Now we're going to see what he's made of. If the pressure of this whole event and how Stroupe and Pourcel are really starting to push it. And here's 17, Barcia. He's back in the picture.
Look, and you can see Austin Stroupe looking to the inside like, who's this? And he's right on Pourcel, last week's winner and the champ.
Pourcel at this point, a third of the way in. Is he a little surprised yet, Ricky, that these guys are pushing him this hard?
Absolutely. I bet right now, he's a very calm rider, but I bet he is surprised right now that Stroupe is on his tail and his teammates doing this good. But what I bet Pourcel don't know is he better not give up too much, because Fro's guy is 17 right behind Stroupe.
Look at him. This is a great battle. Let's see if Stroupe goes inside. No, doesn't want to get dirty quite yet. Still too early to play the really nasty games that can happen as you come onto that start straight. If you land and make a left and just cut out onto the start straight as the other guy's trying to really turn tight off that bolt turn, it can be disastrous.
When is the right time to do that?
Last lap.
At the end where they cannot make it back up. That's what you got to do.
Boy, Barcia is really putting it on Stroupe.
And it is.
And nobody's really gaining much ground on Wilson yet.
It's going to get tight though here. We're just about at the halfway point.
Oh, here we go! What a race, man. He passed him back.
And Stroupe looks really comfortable and really confident this week. Last week, he was a little out of control.
Barcia won a little bit.
Barcia making that run.
Oh, he was got him. That's what I was talking about. Each other off.
He did the Emig fade down the straightaway.
Well, Barcia's going to come right back at him.
The world. Oh,
they're checking up.
But look
And
who's
joining them is Metcalfe.
Barcia's got a foot off through the whoops here. But his speed is incredible. Think about it. He was out of the picture, dropped back, and it just keeps pushing forward.
One other thing has happened here too, Ricky, and that's the fact that while Pourcel's been dealing with Barcia, Stroupe and Wilson checking out.
Checking out. They're playing games, and those other two guys are going. And I don't know what is up with Pourcel. I don't know what he's waiting for. Whoa, it looked like he almost came up short there. But if Barcia is wanting the piece, and Barcia, he is not scared to drive it in on the inside.
Well, and what you're seeing is you're seeing Pourcel be very patient and calculated, kind of taking the bumps and bruises here. Barcia, on the other hand, he's just going for it.
Jeff, it seems to me Pourcel has been messing around with Barcia all night long. Can't seem to get him out of his head. Is Barcia the one that got into his head?
You know, a young rider like this who, you know, he doesn't care. He's just out there going for it. You know, he's not really thinking about that. I don't think that these riders have done anything wrong. I think this is good, hard racing, and the benefactor of all that nonsense has been the 108 here of Wilson.
Well, Stroupe better get going again because
look at those turns. See Metcalfe going there. He was like broad sliding the bike, trying to get it stopped.
And you can see just back there that last shot that we had. I mean, Pourcel had his front end high there, going into that tabletop triple into the turn there. I don't know. We still got a few laps left, and he is really good and calm and collected.
For the Baggett fans, he's, you can see on the top of your screen there, he's already back up to 6th place. The rookie is on the gas, just like the 108 of Wilson.
7 laps to go here in Atlanta's Georgia Dome, and Wilson is out front. Stroupe runs in second on the 45. Here comes the champ Pourcel. Barcia and Metcalfe all giving chase. Here comes Barcia inside of Pourcel.
Same spot.
Yeah.
Same spot.
Woo. Pourcel's far from done though. Trying to figure out a way to get back around, and he has not been afraid to get aggressive. Here he comes.
Oh, man, he was so worried that Pourcel would do that.
He stayed
in. Had his elbows in and tucked in.
Meanwhile, Stroupe to Wilson. Inside for the lead.
Takes it.
Now, what will Wilson do? Can Dean Wilson mount a challenging comeback, Jeff?
He better go for it, like you said, Jeff. This guy in the lead, Austin Stroupe, looks so comfortable. I said it earlier in our show. I think it could be his night. He rattled Pourcel a little bit. He's looking good.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. For Wilson here, he needs experience. He's going for the lead.
Wilson comes back.
Oh.
Challenges in mid-fight. Stroupe lands hard, but holds on to the lead.
Wilson trying to get out the binders as he tripled in there. See, he was too nice. There before the quad, Wilson needed to get in there and really block Stroupe's momentum. He didn't do it. Now, consequently, he's a couple bike leaks out front.
Stroupe pretty good in the domes. A winner a year ago at Indianapolis and New Orleans. There's Pourcel. There's Metcalfe. Everybody's coming.
You know, I'm really impressed with the 24 of Brett Metcalfe. I know we didn't see it, but I was live watching it when he qualified.
Oh, look at this. Barcia's got around Wilson. Chance for second.
He stayed in it once again. This kid is fearless. You see that? He dropped the right elbow. And just no way was he going to stop and check up. He's like, if you take me wide, we're both going off the track. Right? Right? He's so brave. It's amazing.
This is so cool, man. These guys are all going for it. These rookies, they're like, man, I want to get my first win here.
Ricky, this young rider, Barcia, has been so highly touted coming out of the amateur ranks. You know what that was like. How tough is it on him mentally these days as he tries to deliver what everybody else is hyped up?
Oh, it's huge. You know, you are the guy that's supposed to come out here. You get this awesome ride. You're the special, the chosen one. There's a lot of pressure, but he's living up to it.
Well, and the real story right now is our leaders. Stroupe comes around at 57.7, Barcia 56.6, so he's a second faster as this group starts to get together.
Here's Pourcel. He's sizing up Wilson. And Barcia doing the same thing to Stroupe through the whoops.
You know, these two guys are going to start battling. But the champ is slowly starting to work it back in.
Pourcel is by Wilson. He's up to third. Lap traffic could come into play with 4 to go.
Seen what it did last week.
Watch how he triples in here. Just gets to the inside of his teammate. Blocks his line. See, Wilson needs to stay tight, but also I'm telling you, the 24 is not done either, and his teammate, 17 of Barcia, knocking on the door for the lead.
Man, this is a great race.
Stroupe! Pourcel on the gas! Pourcel's going for the lead and got it!
Are you kidding me? And Barcia has to go wide, and all of a sudden, the reigning champ, so patient, is back in the lead.
Did you see how aggressive he got on the gas when he saw Stroupe go down? Barcia hesitated. Pourcel just gassed it and went for it.
That's why he has the #1 on his bike, right there.
No doubt. Hey, this race isn't over, I'm telling you.
No, sir, it's not.
Barcia's going to be really disappointed that that went down like that.
Ooh. Little mistake?
Yeah, little mistake there.
Now watch Pourcel. As Stroupe goes down, Pourcel gasses it hard. There he goes.
Falls down.
And look at this, Barcia's down. Barcia went down while battling with Pourcel, and then went down again.
And just as we cut away for that replay, Barcia was tripling into that turn, and I could tell he was going to come up short.
Watch it.
Ooh.
Watch this here. He's right on it. And watch, he comes up a little short right here, and still goes for it. Look at it. Look how short he was.
Ooh, watch him. Wham! Oh, that's never good when you stop it. But when it started in that turn.
Barcia in the mechanics area. Oh, so disappointing.
About a lap and a half to go.
It's frustrating.
All of these learning experiences for the young rookie.
Yeah, that's just rookie stuff there. You know, he's going to win it. He had a great shot to win a Supercross.
Think about the face of this race 4 laps ago. In that 4 laps, look what's happened. It's crazy.
You're right. I mean, that's the thing. You see, you know, Pourcel never wavered with all that pressure.
And Metcalfe runs in third. Stroupe's in second, got to be wondering what could have been.
Well, I'm telling you, Metcalfe, I keep going back to it. He went down hard in practice with another rider, and he's one of the toughest guys out there. Seemed like a little problem with his torso, maybe, you know, arm, something like that, but he has rebounded. Now looking at a 3rd place finish here.
Wilson and Baggett back to 4th and 5th. Well, Pourcel showed us another side tonight, Ricky.
He did.
He rode aggressive, got more physical. He was the one you guys thought was going to be the victim of the physical part. Instead, he was the guy laying it out there, and he showed us a lot of patience.
He's the benefactor there in 2 big mistakes. He didn't make any mistakes.
That's why he has #1 on his bike. I said it earlier. You know, hey, tonight might not have been his night, but we have all won races this way.
Well, it is his night. 2 wins in 2 races. Christophe Pourcel extends his points lead on the Supercross Lights East Coast Championship.
Look at Blake Baggett pressing. That's Wilson for 4th, and Baggett comes all the way back to 5th place. Both those rookies were on fire.
This is a race where the box score tomorrow in your local newspaper won't really tell the story.
Nope.
Because Wilson led the most laps. It looked like maybe we were going to see Barcia make a run for it. Stroupe had his shot at it, and instead, ho-hum, Pourcel wins another one.
Hey, that was unbelievable what you said earlier, Jeff, about how, you know, what the race was like 4 laps ago from the end, and I'm just sitting here with you guys. I can't believe what I just saw.
Yeah, hey, Pourcel, he never got rattled.
That's why we race.
That's exactly why.
Look at all these fans. They love that one.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to introduce you once again to Christophe Pourcel. Get to know that name. He's going to be winning a lot of these. On live coverage from the Peach State. Here is the results, unofficially. from the Supercross Lights main event. Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship working our way through here. Nico Izzi coming home in 12th, Kyle Regal in 20th. Aaron.
Christophe Pourcel took the second win of the season, but that one definitely did not come easy. Christophe, take us through the win because this one was a tough one for you tonight.
Yeah, you know, I had a bad crash this week and I couldn't even ride, so I'm pretty happy to ride this weekend, and I really gave my best. So I was pretty happy about the start with my Monster Kawasaki Pro Circuit, and you know, it's crazy to win, but I'm really happy tonight.
Talk about the no-love loss between you and Justin Barcia. A lot of bar banging taking place. You guys were eyeing each other out like you really wanted to take each other out tonight.
You know, that little kid, they want to fight all the time, and at the end he pushed them out, like he pushed my teammate and also someone else, and he's got to make them crash. So, you know, I'm the number one, and I don't want anybody to push me out. So he just tried to push me out, and then I'm just gonna, you know, do the same way and try to win the race. So I don't really like to ride like that, but you know, it worked today, so I'm pretty happy.
Great job on tonight's performance.
Well, here are the points, and you will see that he extends it. But Stroupe didn't let him give him much room because Stroupe came home second again.
No, you're right. I mean, it's still close. Anything can happen, and he just let everyone know he had a bad crash. Maybe there's an injury.
Let's check with Aaron again.
Austin Stroupe had the lead there for a little bit, but Austin, you were one of those guys that really struggled for some traction out there tonight. Take us through what happened from your perspective.
No, I knew it was going to be a good battle. The track was really like technical, and all of us guys are, you know, we're fit, and I'm glad that we got to put a good show on. I think it's one of the best races so far, and it was fun, and just train hard and try to do it again next weekend.
What exactly happened when you fell?
I just washed out. I haven't been in that close of a battle in a long time, like being up front, and but I'm happy that myself was up there and was able to battle with these guys and have some fun.
Congratulations on making it up to the podium 2 weeks in a row.
There's another look at it there, and don't forget you can fuel your passion for AMA Supercross between events with SpeedTV.com and Speed Mobile. Get expert analysis, videos, results, and news stories posted as soon as they become available. Just go to the motorcycle section, SpeedTV.com or SpeedTV.com on your phone. Brett Metcalfe came in third, so he too gets to chat with Aaron.
Well, he's definitely excited to be up here on the podium. Like we said, he did take a really hard crash earlier this afternoon. Brett, you've got to be excited about the outcome of today.
For sure, you know, third's awesome, and this time last year I didn't walk away from this race, so really stoked just to be in a good points position and you know, doing it good for the Gaga Power Sports Honda team.
What is it about this track that you tend to fall victim to?
You know, it's just a technical track, a lot of ruts and a lot of aggressive riding, so I was just kind of playing a back seat watching the action, man. It was fun, but come 5 laps to the end I wanted to put some moves on, and then I was just pretty drained at the end, but we're getting better each weekend now.
Great job of powering through the day and making it back up here on the box.
Here's our progressive pass of the race, Jeff. And
well, as you see right here, it's a pretty easy pass as Stroupe lays it down. Watches Barcia here. He's committed, and he actually should have stayed in it.
Looks like he hit a little rock there coming out of the turn.
Yep.
If we could get.
Yeah, and so basically the benefactor there is, you know, Pourcel doesn't do anything.
Jeff,
and,
show him on this
let's
telly.
Take a look at
it. Look at boom. See that little rock?
It's right there.
Yeah, there's a rock right here, and front wheel got on it and just kicked it out.
And he was right at that breaking point to having it in the bag. I think when you get to that 4-lap mark, you're close.
Yeah. Well, hey, he's still in it. That was a great ride by Austin Stroupe.
So there's Pourcel up on the podium with Metcalfe, and we'll be right back. Supercross Main is up next.